Are you thinking about ways you can start to be an entrepreneur, but you don't really have the money to do so? Or are you thinking about becoming a franchise and you want to know the steps to get it done? Stay tuned. We've got the information for you today in this show. Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better. Hello, 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 and welcome back to the WorkHARDaholic Show. I am your host, Shirley Crawford, the original WorkHARDaholic, and today, I don't know about you all, but winter, cold, not my season. I have to correct that. Not my favorite time of year, right? So even when I went to Alaska, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, love seeing the mountains, but enough snow already, okay? So today, when I went out to my car to get it all started, of course, there's frost on my windows. I mean, what do you expect? It's the cold season, it's winter. And so it really made me think about the tips and tricks that we can be using to get through our day a little faster, a little more with a little bit more economy. And so, like, I literally get into my so one of the things that I do now is when it's first thing in the morning, I'm getting in the car and I know it's going to be cold. I actually I listen to audiobooks in the car, which are helping to expand, my knowledge, my information. But when I also know that there's frost on the vehicle, audiobooks are great. But I also have other things that I can listen to do. I keep a notebook in my car so that I can take notes about different ideas that I have and different things that are going on. But here are some life hacks that you all can be using as well. So one, if you are in an area where it does get cold, there is nothing more painful than having to sit in the car with your windshield all frosted over and having to wait for your car to defrost. Now, if you have your car in the garage, good for you. Not my situation. I live in the city. That's not what's happening. So one thing that I learned when I was much younger, and I'm sharing it with you all now, is to cover my windshield. It's really just that simple. You can take a large trash bag, large plastic bag, in times of need, I've actually used a sheet as well. And so what happens is when you get in the car, literally, especially with the garbage bag, you take it and you tuck it into your doors, close the doors, and it'll keep it taut across your windshield. In the morning, all you do is open the doors, pull it off. There is no need to defrost. There's no need to get the ice scraper, all that foolishness. Time saved, right? Another winterizing tip is to keep your key warm. For those of you who have keyless cars, some of us haven't caught up with you yet. Okay? And so for the rest of us, you have to actually put your key in the door to turn it and open it. If it's frozen, especially like I live in Richmond, Virginia, we will go from snow to rain to ice in a heartbeat. And so that often leaves your doors frozen, your key insert ignition for your unlock, you get it? Where you place your key, it leaves it frozen quite often. A tip for you all, if you get those icy hot bags, right? Those ice warmer bags, the ones when you crack and they start to heat up. If you crack one of those, put in your pocket with your key, by the time you get to your car door, your key is warm. You insert it, it will defrost your keyhole for you and open your car door. Ba-bam, you're welcome. And then you can just leave it in your pocket to, warm your hands up while you're doing the rest of the defrosting of your car. Okay? Now, those are some winterizing tips, but of course, we talk business here, people. We talk about entrepreneurship. So I want to give you two more tips that are specifically about your business. One of them I've said before, but it's worth saying again. Social media is vital for your business. I am right there with you in saying that I don't always have time. As right now, I'm actually in conversations with a person who's going to be taking over aspects of my social media, but some of it I have to do either way because it's my voice. Right. So of my two posts today, someone else will do one. I will take care of one. And eventually, watch out. I might do three a day. What do you know? All right. But in the meantime, if you're trying to think of content, I know we talk about GPT and options of AI, but I want to help you get it all structured. So you can be as simple as, for me, I always say an Excel spreadsheet, right? And you take your spreadsheet, and then what's going to happen is you can use ChatGPT, you can Google it, you can use Bard. I don't care what you're using. And then you're going to put those quotes, those motivational statements, that educational piece, you put it into the chart. And then in the chart, you're going to list the date that you used it or the date that you intend to use it, right? So because no one wants to know that you said the same quote 5 times in the same week or in the same month or even in the same year. If you have it in that chart, you can also recycle. So mine that I've had for years, and it's normally I have a little under 1,000 now. But what happens is I rotate them. So a quote you see from me today, the most I might do sometimes is change the background. All right. So that's a time-saving tip for you to have some content that you can share on your social media without having to go, well, what am I going to say today? You can go back to your Excel spreadsheet. And the reason I like it in Excel or whatever you're using is because Control F, I can find it. I can find if I'm looking for a quote about love or business or wisdom or whatever I'm looking for, I can search for it. It's searchable. My last tip, once again, it's not my own, but it's something that I thought was amazing and I've held on to it for all this time. Stephen Covey, who is the maestro of organization, there's a tip that he says in one of his books, and he says, only touch it once. So when you're picking up that piece of paper, you're picking up something, you don't just put it into a pile to then file the pile. You take that piece of paper and put it where it belongs. So every time you touch something, you're also completing your task and you're filing it away all at the same time. I think it's a great organizational tip. And so hopefully all of those can be able to help you, one, get out of the cold a little quicker, to help you do your social media a little bit better, and to be more organized in general. All right, so we're going to have a commercial break. Be right back because we're going to talk to you about some things you want to know specifically for your business. So see you in just a moment.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family.
Listen, Attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com. During these challenging times, Richmond Dentistry for Children wants to remind you that we've been here for you and your children for over 25 years. Your child's body is their temple and their teeth are the doorway to good health. We provide compassionate pediatric dental care Monday through Friday. Call 804-780-2888 for your appointment or come to our office at 300 West Broad Street. RichmondDentistryForChildren.com, serving Central Virginia. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, this is a question that I get a lot, and I always find it interesting. And so the question is, how can you become an entrepreneur without any money? Right? So here's the thing. The first thing you have to consider is, what does it take to become an entrepreneur? If you're going to be a licensed entrepreneur, that means you have to go through the steps. And let me share the steps one more time. And then we're going to talk about how you can get started if you don't have any money right now, or if you believe you don't have any money right now. Okay. So the first thing is, if you have an idea for a product or a service, you need to vet it. You need to make sure that someone is buying what you're selling. There's no reason for you to spend any money on trying to provide a service that no one wants. And so a lot of times, I've talked about this before, you can go back through some of the other videos, you can see more information, but the gist is, if you're selling, like I always talk about my famous peach tea and peach lemonade, I know that people will buy it. They've offered to do so. If you're making something for the family or you're doing something and people say, oh, I want it. Do they want it because you're giving to them for free? Or are they willing to pay for it? That's the first thing. Vet the idea for the product or the service. Then you have to get legal. So once you know that you have a really valid idea and you can make money at it, and it doesn't cost you more to make it than you can make from it, it's always a big deal, that you can actually get a profit from it, we move to the next steps and we legalize, right? So we get our LLC or S Corp or C Corp. For most people just getting started, they do the LLC. I've talked before about why sole proprietorship is not the right answer. So go back and watch those videos and find that information. But for now, let's just jump in and say you're going to get an LLC. In most states, that costs between $100 and $250. If you're within the contiguous United States of America, it's normally between $100 and $250 to get started. Then beyond that, you get your EIN, which is your employer identification number, which is basically the social security number for your business. You get that free from the IRS at irs.gov. Then you take that information and you go to your bank and you set up a business banking account. Then you market, you sell, you set up your social media, you do all those things, right? And all those things actually don't cost you a thing to get set up. So in order for you to get the money to do those basic steps, I want to talk to you about what are the steps that you can do to make money when you have no money in order to invest in your business. Here's the thing. When someone tells me they have no money to begin with, I don't believe you. Not even a little bit. You're lying. To yourself, to me, to everyone. You have some kind of money somewhere. It's just, what are you using it for? Right? If you're eating out every day, you're spending $20, $25 daily. For real. Like, even your Happy Meals and your dollar deals start at $5, but they average around 10 these days, period. That's money you could be investing in your business. 10 days of $10 would have you enough to have your LLC. Outside of that, you're going, well, I'm not doing that. I'm really living a, thrifty life. Well, then if you're really an entrepreneur, then you're going to make some money some kind of way. I'm going to suggest that you consider consignment shops, something that you have a value you can consign. Of course, there are always pawn shops, but here's the deal. If it means something to you, you probably won't get it back because you probably won't. But there are other options as well, right? If you have designer bags, which once again, a lot of people tell me they have no money, have lots of designer stuff. You can actually go into a site like Borrow, Borro. I have no affiliation. You can sell your bags. You can do consignment. With Borrow, I should clarify, you can get a loan on your designer bags, which I think is like, what? But you can. So consider, what do you have that you can sell? Who do you know who might be willing to invest in you? So if you have a good enough idea, someone might be willing to invest. Cut down on some of your unnecessary expenses. And so I am making some massive changes even for me, because I realize that I'm paying for all these apps and services and I'm not even using them all. And so I'm cutting back. So consider the ways that you can cut back on the unnecessary for now so that you can live a life that's much more necessary than where you are at this moment. All right. So once again, if you're really thinking about how to become an entrepreneur without money, the first thing is recognizing what are the steps to become an entrepreneur. So you're not paying for crazy, heinous stuff. No one needs to tell you that you need to buy a $5,000 website, because you don't. It makes no sense for you where you are to make that type of investment. But you will invest in taking the time to create that group that will tell you if it's a good idea or not. And the most you might do for them is give them food, but if they're family and friends, they'll do it for free. Then you're going to get legal, get your LLC. Then you're going to get your EIN, which I've already told you is absolutely free from the IRS. Yep, more alphabet soup. Then you're going to open your business banking account, and then you're going to get to work, right? Now, if you're still trying to figure out how to get the money, I've already shared with you several options. Make something, create something, even potentially get a part-time job. There are so many remote job options and things that are available to you now that you can do. And just know that it's temporary. Like, you're literally going to go and work don't tell them that, but you're going to work for somebody for a month and take that money and invest it into the business you want to start. So there are tons of options. I mentioned about the site Borrow, Borro, for those of you who have designer bags and shoes, etc. You can get a loan on the things that you already own. You can consider consignment. There are lots of options for you. So I don't want you to think to limit yourself, but really get out of your own way, get creative, and get to work. All right, so that's what we're sharing about that, but stay tuned because I want to talk to you all about 8 tips to start a franchise business and why you might want to, right after this break. All right, now it's time for fashion and entrepreneurship with Ashley Jefferson.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Jefferson of VA Style Magazine, and today we're discussing fashion and entrepreneurship on WorkHARDaholics. Today we'll delve into a topic that is often overlooked, but is absolutely crucial for any small business, and that is business credit. I'm going to explore why business credit matters, how it can benefit your ventures, and share some insights on how to build a solid credit foundation for your business. Let's kick things off by understanding why business credit is so important. Many entrepreneurs focus on personal credit, but establishing a separate credit profile for your business is a game changer. Business credit can help you separate personal and business finances, reducing personal liability. It's a key factor when seeking financing, attracting investors, and even negotiating with suppliers. Plus, a strong credit profile can open doors to better terms and opportunities for growth. Now that we've established the importance, let's dive into the how. Building business credit is a gradual process, and honestly, it can take years, but it's well worth the effort, and it's great to start today. Start by establishing your business as a separate entity. Obtain an employer identification number, also known as an EIN, and open a business banking account. Consistency is key. Pay your bills on time through that bank account, including business loans and any credit cards that you have. This positive payment history contributes to significantly increasing your credit profile. But beyond timely payments, there are additional strategies to boost and manage your credit effectively, your business credit effectively. Consider applying for a business credit card, but use it responsibly. Keeping credit utilization low, ideally below 30%, is key. And regularly monitor your credit report for inaccuracies and address them promptly. Remember, a good credit score can help you qualify for better loan terms and interest rates. Business credit is often reported on 2 profiles, Experian Business and DMB, which is your Dun & Bradstreet number. So be sure to check them both regularly. Like any journey, building business credit may present some challenges, but one hurdle is the lack of credit history for a new business. Oftentimes, lenders don't want to give business credit to a business that's not at least 2 years old. To overcome that, you can explore secure credit cards or vendor credit cards to help establish that initial credit history. One secured credit program is Wells Fargo. They do offer a secured business credit card at the time of this recording. You can also look into your vendor credits like Uline and Drill and many other vendors that offer supplies that they will also give you business credit to help you establish your business credit profile. You can also look into gas cards that are specifically for gas stations. They also help you establish your business credit. And don't forget the importance of networking and building relationships with business communities. Sometimes strong business relationships can be leveraged to secure other credit opportunities. As we wrap up today's episode, remember that building and maintaining your business credit is an investment in the future of your business. The benefits extend far beyond financial transactions. It's actually a reflection of your business's credibility and reliability in the marketplace. And before I close, I do want to throw this one thing in there. It's very, very important to always keep your bookkeeping up to par. Weekly if you can do it, but definitely monthly. You need to go into your accounts line by line and do proper bookkeeping. Create a profit and loss sheet so you know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. When you go to a bank, they will ask for this information. And if they deny you credit, you can show them this information completely written out, letting them know what your business is doing, what you are capable of, where money is coming into, and where money is going out. That will also help you secure business credit. And if you cannot secure business credit, please stay tuned because on the next episode, we're going to discuss how to get money for your business when you can't get any credit. Thank you for joining me today. I am Ashley Jefferson of VA Style Magazine discussing fashion and entrepreneurship right here on WorkHARDaholics.
In honor of the Women's Business Center RVA 5-year anniversary, the countdown is on. Ladies, it's time for the WBC RVA Toolkit. You don't want to miss it. It means every Thursday you co-work not for free, but it's included. So that's co-working every Thursday. Each month there's one seminar and one group coaching. So all day Thursday you can come hang out here at the Women's Business Center RVA, and it's just $25 a month. Tell them about it, Joanne.
Yes. And a couple of the topics that we will be talking about, discussing and reviewing and going through are starting a business the right way, because we do want to start off the right way. We're also going to talk about a business model canvas and how your company creates value for its customers. Also goal setting, which is very important. Finances, even developing your pitch, also social media distribution and content, and much, much more. So we are excited about seeing you there. So you can register today at WBCRVA.com.
Wouldn't it be convenient and safe to communicate with your dentist, pediatrician, medical doctor, or mental health professional anywhere you are without actually traveling to our medical centers?
Well, you can with a televisit at your local Capital Area Health Network. Call us at 780-0840 or
go to cahealthnet.org.
Find out how a televisit may be your best option. We are the Capital Area Health Network, the heart of the community.
Are you only identified as mommy, as the employee, as the worker bee? You know what? It's time for you to be identified as you. There is more to you than your function for others. Come discover it at the Diva Mastermind Retreat. That stands for doing it very authoritatively. It's time for you to find your voice, find your place, and make your mark. Join us October 7th through 11th this year in 2024 in Outer Banks, North Carolina, where we'll help you with mastermind moments. We'll help you with seminars, sessions, and the camaraderie of other boss ladies just like you. Don't forget to join us for the fun. Visit Diva Mastermind at groovepages.com to get your ticket today. Only 3 spots left. We'll see you then. Hello. Welcome back. Okay. I'm kind of excited about this one because here's the deal. A lot of you have an interest in being an entrepreneur, being your own boss, but you're risk averse. So you're not the traditional entrepreneur. Like, you're not going to just quit your job and go out and do any old thing. You want a proven model. You don't want to have to think about it. Or you want to start a business and you don't really want to have to think about what that business is. You just want a model that already exists. Franchise business is probably the ideal thing for you. But here's the thing you have to keep in mind. When we talk about a franchise business, we mean KFC, Baskin Robbins, CrossFit, like McDonald's, Burger King. They're big on franchise operations, right? And so you're going, McDonald's? Yes, McDonald's. Most of the ones you go to are probably owned by a franchise company, right? And so here's the thing about that. That means that they're doing your advertising. You don't have to do it. They actually help with figuring out a location for where the store should go because they're really big about where the locations are. They're going to make sure there's not another McDonald's in a certain radius of wherever you're located. They're going to provide you with your vendors. They're going to help you with regard to what you wear. They're taking care of a lot of the bulk of it. But what does that mean for you? You're paying for that. It's not free. So in general, when it comes to franchises, the first thing is that there's a franchise purchase fee, and it can be anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000. And that's just for the license to be a licensed franchisee. Right. That's just a fee. And then you're going to need to have a certain amount of capital, and it's not cheap. We're talking anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 of liquid capital. That means money that you can get to, touch, move. It's not good enough that it's out there in some building that you can't sell immediately. It has to be liquid. And then there are royalties that you have to pay back to your franchise operation, and they can range anywhere from 4 to 12%. And then there are additional expenses, right? It could be for renting the space. It could be for staffing. All these things are all mixed in. And so, as I said before, there are lots of like franchises that you go into every day and you might not think about. I'm just going to list a few. So I said McDonald's, KFC, Jersey Mike's. There's Real Property Management, Fast Signs. I didn't realize they were a franchise. Planet Fitness, The Vitamin Shop. It goes on. Edible Arrangements, one of my favorites. All right. And then Supercuts. And so there's a lot of franchises out there, and there's something in your area or area of interest. So the first thing that I would say, even if you're not starting from scratch, it should be something that you are vested in. Like I had a friend who was in love with Subway. Like she was the biggest Subway fan known to mankind. So it made sense that she wanted to do a Subway franchise. Makes sense. But if you have no interest in health and fitness, then starting a fitness franchise probably doesn't make any sense for you, even if it is lucrative. Like I always say, one of the best markups that when it comes to a business is actually coffee and tea. But if you are not a coffee or tea drinker, then why are you in the coffee and tea business? Just because it has a good markup? That means nothing when it's time to do market research and you don't understand the product because you don't drink it. Doesn't help. All right. So I want to make sure I share with you these 8 tips to start a franchise. And we're going to say thanks to Forbes magazine for sharing this information that we get to share with you. So the first thing is you're going to research franchises. There are actual conventions that come around, at least within the United States, of franchise options. And so you can go and you can see the franchises that are available to see what the rules and regulations are, to find out more information about how that works. And there's also an organization called Franchise Direct that you can look into to learn more about what's involved. So number 2 is to evaluate the opportunities. It's like any legal contract. You could be signing away your firstborn child. I need you to know exactly what you're investing in and what that means, and also knowing the restrictions. So like I said before, if you are the McDonald's franchisee, you cannot do your own advertising. You have to actually get it approved, and for the most part, you won't. It will be managed elsewhere, right? You can't just say, oh, I want us to wear this outfit. No, because in their case, every store has to look the same, and no one should know what's a franchise. They should all just think it's all part of the chain, even though on the wall it'll say this one is owned by. But everything should look exactly the same. Number 3, you will evaluate the cost, please. Number 4, you'll draft a business plan. 5, you'll get your license agreement, your franchise license agreement. You will then 6, form your business entity. 7, choose your first business space, and depending on who you are franchising with, they may or may not have instructions about that. And number 8, which is always important, hire your employees. So those are those 8 steps, once again, to help you start to franchise. That's research your franchises, evaluate opportunities, evaluate the cost, draft a business plan, get the franchise license agreement, form a business entity, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, choose your first business space, and hire employees. So with those steps, let me know if you're the next franchisee within the WorkHARDaholics audience. All right. Thank you again for tuning into the show. Always love to have you. Be sure to check us out on all the platforms and make sure you're checking out our YouTube channel. Until next time, we always say live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring.
Share,
Ta-ta.
subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat, repeat, repeat. Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.